So this is mine and Zoe's 10 biggest pet peeves, or whatever you want to call it.
Things that
Annoy us. Okay. Number 1 is when people say, or like text me and they say K or like a O and a K. If you do that, I'll probably stop texting you because it really makes me mad. And look how I had so much trouble saying people, like, right, I didn't. P-E-A-P-L-E, and then I was like P-E-P-L-E.
Mine is when people say your, like it's you-are, and they spell it like Y-O-U-R instead of like Y-O-U''R-E, and it's really annoying.
She corrects me all the
So
time.
annoying. It's just like, don't do it.
When people self-diagnose themselves, like, I guess like if you don't go to like a doctor or anything, but you say you have anxiety, or you say you have bipolar and you haven't been to a doctor and they haven't like diagnosed yourself, so you're just like, ooh, I get mad all the time. So I have bipolar.
Yeah.
Yeah, it bothers me.
When people are against gay marriage, it is really annoying because it just makes you look obnoxious.
They're the same as anybody else.
They're just the same as everyone else.
Number 3 is I cannot stand bullies. They make me very angry, and I want to like hit them in the face so hard that, yeah, I hate them.
And my number 3 is when people are racist, which I guess kind of goes along with the gay marriage thing. Like, so you don't need to treat other people differently just because they look different than you, because it's just not, it's intolerable. It's not okay.
When people think body modifications are disgusting, like gauges or something, or tattoos, it really bothers me when people are like, ew, he has gauges.
Yeah, I cannot be his friend.
Like,
Don't talk to me.
seriously, I think gauges are hot. And tattoos.
My number 4 is when people make fun of other people or talk about them. It's like so unnecessary. Like I mean, of course I talk about people sometimes. Most people do, but like when there's that one person that just talks about people all the time and just judges everyone and makes fun of everyone, it just gets old.
Number 5 is when people call me sexy or hot. That's all. No, just don't even. No.
My number 5 is when girls won't eat in front of boys. When you're like, hey, do you want a chip? And she's like, oh my god, no. Like, I cannot eat right now. It's like, what? Like, I don't get it. Like, boys don't care if you eat. They're not gonna be like, oh, she's consuming food. Just eat.
My number 6 is when people talk really loudly, because I really don't like loud noises, and when teachers yell and stuff, I can't like handle it. It makes me freak out and stuff. So if you're around me, please don't talk loudly, because yeah. And I start to like twitch. you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Because you're like it's really awkward. So don't yell around me.
My number 6 is when people are stereotypical. Like when people say I'm rich just because I go to Parrot. I am no. Like, it's just no. If you like, yeah, definitely a lot of people that go to Parrot are rich, but just because I go to Parrot doesn't mean I'm rich.
My number 7 is slow drivers. Like, if I like drive around my neighborhood or something, I'm like a speed demon, so I feel like I'm going to like wreck so many times because I hate slow drivers. Or when I'm in the car and I'm like, go faster! And I hate it. And yeah.
Unless it's little cute old people, then,
yeah.
And then you're like, oh.
And then you pass me, like, oh, it was an old person.
Wait. My number 7 is when people judge celebrities, talk about celebrities. It is so annoying. Like, you don't know them, you don't know their lives, do not talk about them. They are a lot richer than you, they are a lot prettier than you, and they just are probably a lot better than you. So just don't talk about them.
Number 8 is when people think all cheerleaders are snobby little whores. Because
you're such a snobby little whore.
I know, I'm a cheerleader. But
a team.
And like / when people don't think cheerleading is a sport, because it is, and it's really hard. But we're not all stuck up because some of us actually care.
Like at my school, I guess you could say cheerleading's not really a sport because we don't do cool stuff or anything, but it is considered a sport because I don't have to take PE. So technically it's a sport. My number 8, I almost threw this away for some reason. My number 8 is when people will only wear name brand clothes. And then they'll be like, oh my gosh, I love your shirt, where'd you get it? And I'm like, Belk. And they're like, oh, I thought it was Lily Pulitzer. And they'd be like, you don't wear Lily? I'm like, no, it's kind of expensive and flowery. Be like, yeah, no.
My number 9 is when my number 9 is when people get drunk, because I am really scared of drunk people, and I've had my time with drunk people and I don't like it, so don't drink around me. Or well, you can drink around me, just don't get drunk because I'll probably cry and leave. So I'm really scared.
My number 9 is when people brag about making bad grades. Oh my god, okay.
Zoe is a nerd.
Shut up. But like when people come around in the hallway and they're like, oh my god, I made a 50 on my math test and da da da. It's like, that is not funny. Stop. Like, why would you brag about being stupid? Why? I don't get it. Stop.
My number 10 is when people talk about like their best friends. Like, okay, so say I'm just like, oh my god, I hate Susie. Like, seriously, she's a whore. And then I'm like 2 hours later, I leave Zoe's house and I go hang out with Susie.
Yeah.
And I post on Instagram with my best friend. Like,
why? Just why?
yeah, just talk pure joking about Susie, and now you're hanging out with Susie.
My number 10 is when people talk about people they've never met. So like, when someone's going around, they're like, ew, this girl is so ugly, and she's so mean, and she's so snobby, and da 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 da. And I'm like, oh, what'd she do to you? And they're like, well, I've never met her. They're like, well, she looks annoying, so she has to be annoying. I'm like, girl,
Shut up.
shut up.
Well, that is all for mine and Zoe's video. Click the button now.
Click, okay.
It's never gonna work, Zoe.
Okay, bye. Bye.